Maple TA Lesson 11B, homework question number 9. Garrett and Judy K are considering buying a new fridge to replace their older one. They estimate that their current, older fridge, which they got for free, costs them about $17 a month in electricity charges to operate. They found a new fridge that costs $1,050 to purchase and would cost only around $5 a month in electricity charges. The new fridge comes with a 10-year warranty, so they assume the new fridge to last for 10 years without any extra repairs or replacement fees. If they keep their old fridge, then they assume that they will need to pay about $150 sometime over the next 10 years to maintain costs to keep it running. For this comparison, assume they set aside money to maintain the old fridge right at the beginning of the 10 years, even though they probably won't need the money until several years later. Let X represent the number of months, and Y represent the total cost in dollars. I've gleaned some of the pertinent information and put it over here so that we can see that the current fridge is going to cost $17 a month in electricity. So I'm going to take out electricity and just leave a month so that we have less words to confuse us, just so we can see exactly what it would be. The new fridge costs $150. So I'm just going to take this out and I'm going to say and $5 a month in electricity charges. And again, I'm going to take that out just so that we have a little bit less to make us, I guess, kind of confused. The new fridge comes with 10 years. That means that I don't have any repairs. So I'm going to delete that and just say we're only working within a 10-year time frame. Okay, so we don't even need to note that. The next thing, if they keep their old fridge, they will have to pay about $150 at some time in the next 10 years. So that last part, over the next 10 years, again, we're not going beyond 10 years. So we can just ignore that part too. Our old fridge is going to have $150 at some point. So I'm going to put that up with the current fridge and say it's going to cost us $150 at some point. Oops, went a little too far. It's going to cost us $150, or Garrett and Kay, and $17 a month. And you'll see I already did a little translation. And means add. So you'll see that there's some formulas, some equations that are kind of coming in play here. X is going to be the number of months. Oh, look. So we can replace this, a month, by timesing it by X on both of these, because that's going to change the cost here for how many months I am running, and Y is the total cost in dollars. So I actually have my two formulas right here. I'm going to take this and bring it down here, and Y is going to be total cost. So Y is going to equal 150, and I'll take out the dollar signs so that we just have the numbers here, and 17 times X. You know what? Let's reverse that just so that we can see that it's a line. We'll do 17x plus 150, and the new fridge is going to be Y equals, again, let's reverse that. Let's do the 5x, and I'm going to take this out so that it just looks like what we've been doing previously, plus $1,050. There we go. So I have our two equations right there, just from gleaning the information that they've given us. And we can put that down here. Oh, and theirs is in y-intercept form too, so that's good. So the new fridge is this one here, so it's 5x because it's $5 a month in electricity, but it costs $1,050. The old fridge is going to cost $17 a month, but only $150 with just some repairs. Okay, so the next thing is use your functions to calculate the total cost for each fridge after 6 months. And if X is representing months, that means I just need to put 6 into both of these and solve. So you know what? We're going to do this the fast way because we don't have to show work. I'm going to copy. Oh, shouldn't copy all of that. I'm just going to copy this part and stick it in Excel. So this is my, is this the old fridge? Old new. I copied the 17, so that must be the old fridge. Press equals, and we're going to replace that X in here with times and put parentheses around it. I want 6 months. Every time I see the X, I'm going to replace it with parentheses and stick whatever inside to substitute, and that gives me 252. And then in here, we're going to copy and paste this, and this is the new fridge. Control V, paste. Oh, I must not have done the equal sign. And take out the X, put in parentheses, and we want 6 months. Oh, I didn't put the multiplication sign. You'll see Excel said you had to tell me what to do between those. Okay, and so that tells me $252 for the old fridge. Or the old fridge was $252, and the new fridge is $1,080 after 6 months. All right, and it says round to the nearest whole dollar, which we did, so we can move to the next part. Use your functions to calculate the total cost for each fridge after 10 years. Now remember, X is being calculated with months, so we need to do equals 10 years times 12 months, which means I need to do 120 months for both of these. So I could just change this, or I can copy and paste and get the other. You know what? Let's do this. We'll drag it over here and we will replace this with 120 so that we still have both of those. Let's do this so that we still have all of our answers there. Did we get it all in there? Yep. Okay. So this is for 6 months, so I don't get confused. This is for 10 years, and then I can plug those numbers in here. Actually, let's go ahead and just copy and paste. So the new fridge, I'm going to copy this answer here. Copy, new fridge, paste. There we go. Then I don't even have any typos. In this one, oh, Control Z. Get out of there and just Control C to copy, or Command C and Control V, or Command V to paste. All right, the next one says, at how many months is the total cost for each fridge the same? This means I have two lines that are intersecting and we want to find the solution to this system of equations. And we have several ways of doing that. We could graph it, we can do it algebraically. Let's come over here and just get out of that. So since they're both solved for y, doing this algebraically will actually be pretty fast. So let's take the top one, and every time we, and the bottom one is y, so we can just set these equal to each other because we're substituting it in for y, and solve for x. So I'm going to go ahead and, to keep this positive, I'm going to subtract the 5x and bring it to this side, because then my positive 17 will stay here, and subtracting 5 will make it all a positive number. So I'm going to move all of my variables to the right side, which isn't necessarily typical. And if you would rather keep it on the left side, just like we've always done, feel free. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5x just out of my own preference. And doing such leaves me with 1,050, and then I have 17 minus 5 gives me 12x, which makes the x positive, which is why I want to keep it there, just out of preference. And then to continue solving for x, I need to subtract 150 from both sides. Just trying to keep that equal sign in the middle so that it looks uniform. Minus 150 minus 150. 150 minus 150 is 0. And then I'm left with, on the right side, 12x, and then let's see, 1050 minus 150 gives me 900. Am I good to go? So I have this week over here, 900, whoops, equals 12x. Okay, so are we all the way there? Okay, so now we just need to solve for x by dividing both sides by 12. Divide this by 12. And on the right-hand side, 12 divided by 12 is 1. 900 divided by 12 is 75. 75 equals x. So x stands for what again? The number of months. And, oh good, it asks for the number of months. How many months is the total cost of each fridge the same? So we have 75 months is when both will be equivalent. And then after that, we'll, how many, oh, and then it wants how many years. So we can come in here. If you weren't comfortable doing 900 divided by 12, we could have done that here for 75. And then that's months. 75 months divided by 12 months gives me how many years? And again, I can just Control C or Command C and then Control V or Command C and give me this. Let's see, round to 1 decimal place. So we're going to round that up to 6.3 years. Okay, now the next part, true and false. Before this time, the new fridge is more than the old fridge. Is the new fridge before this point more expensive? Let's see here. The new fridge was definitely more expensive than the old fridge. So before this time, the new fridge, yep, that is true. Next, after this time, the new fridge cost is more than the old fridge? No, actually, after this point, you'll see at the very end of this, the old fridge is actually more expensive than the new fridge because it's costing more in electricity. So this one is actually false. The new fridge actually costs less than the old fridge. And at the point of 6.3 years, the money actually balances out from the cost of what you bought the fridge for with the electricity that you're spending for the old fridge. Okay, and the last one. What would you advise Garrett and Judy K to do? Okay, so this is 6.3 years out of 10. Let's go ahead and buy the new fridge because eventually you're going to have more spending in electricity. So let's say number 1. We're going to buy the new fridge. In your opinion, is the new fridge a good decision that will save money in the long run? Yeah, in this case, I think it will. And we can just verify by how did I do? Just to see those green checks, and it looks good. All right, good luck on question number 9.